Hey, Earthlings. So I'd like to make a short statement about the National Animal Rights March. Now, I was a speaker at this year's event. In fact, I was the final speaker at this year's event. I'm not a member of the NARM Collective, so I can't talk about the ins and outs of what goes on within the organization or the group, the collective. But there has been some chit chat on social media about taking this march over, and for the particular reason that it seems the allegation is that the people organizing this year's march, the one that I've just attended, and by implication the speakers, don't care about our fellow animals. Now, personally, I resent this myself. I've been a vegan since 1979. I've been to prison for the animals, so I do actually take this a little bit personally, especially when you've got this kind of stuff. Let me just bring this up. So these are some of the comments that have been made on social media that true animal rights activists need to take the National Animal Rights March back from, okay, but they need to do that for the animals. It's not about us. Now, I don't know whether you've seen any of the coverage of this year's National Animal Rights March, and there's thousands of pictures, and there are numerous videos, many of them independently created. So where is this coming from? For the victims, as though the victims weren't mentioned in this march. It's not about us. Who said it was? Now, that part might be aimed at my address when I talked about the values of the people who founded the vegan social movement, but we'll come back to that. And then the person who wrote about the march was asked in the comments, why don't you organize a march next year for those of us who actually care about animals? So what's that saying? That I don't? That people like Lynn Sawyer don't? Another speaker? People like Louise Ryan don't? Another speaker that I know those two. What's been said here? That suddenly we don't care about our fellow animals? Where's this coming from? Well, okay, let's answer my question. This is where it's coming from, because this is another thread that's in the comments. This actually is the heart of the matter. The truth is there are quite a few people in the movement now who actually don't like the movement that they've joined. They don't like the values of the movement they've joined, and so they want to change it. And one thing they don't like is intersectionality. Now, we all know, or many of us know, that the discourse about intersectionality has got very messy over the years, and in some senses I wish it had never been adopted in a vegan context in a way. But phrases that mean the same as this have been used in our movement for decades, uncontroversially. For example, the logic of domination, a feminist-inspired idea, or David Nybert's idea of entanglements, the entanglements of oppression and liberation. And as I mentioned in my speech, Donald Watson, the best-known co-founder of our movement, said that he realized that things are entangled and that the problems of the world will be solved together or they won't be solved. It was an early rehearsal, I suppose, of the idea of total liberation. But so this is our movement. This is our movement. And it's not been controversial to the last 10 years. So you've got a load of people coming into the movement now, stirring up trouble and dissent, making allegations about long-standing vegans, that we somehow don't care about our fellow animals. We somehow have got another agenda, that we always put human issues first. There is no evidence, absolutely no evidence, that this is true. And I resent this as somebody who's been to prison for the animals. I resent this accusation made against me. And I think that the accusation made against the march seems completely unfounded to me. You know, the idea that it's going to be taken over as though there's some coup going on now seems to be ridiculous. What we've got is people who don't, to repeat, they don't actually like the values of the movement that they've joined. And so they're trying to rewrite them. There's a lot of rewriting goes on in social movements. You know, I've taught social movement theory, so I know that, but it's happening in the vegan movement. It's been rewritten, and in the animal rights movement, it's being rewritten. Tom Reagan, in The Case for Animal Rights, the groundbreaking text of animal rights theory, said that the vegan movement or the animal rights movement is a part of and not opposed to the human rights movement. Now, that is rejected now by modern day activists. They are coming into the movement, whether it's animal rights or whether it's vegan, and they're trying to rewrite its values because they don't like the founding values of the movement. They hate our movement. They hate the values of our movement. And they're trying to flip this thing in a kind of 1984 thing, that it's the people who love the founding values of our movement, like myself, who hate the movement. It's really weird. But it's pretty clear that there's an attempted coup going on in the movement. I think it's time for us to stand up to this shit. We need to stand up to these people. They can't just come into an established movement and start rewriting it just because they don't like things. They can make arguments about change. That's just normal in a movement. But not through coups and not through just rewriting things and saying, this is it. This is actually what the movement is. And all the people that came before them, all the people until 10 years ago, they didn't know anything about veganism. They were all wrong. They're the ones who know what veganism is. Everybody else, including the people who actually started the movement, don't know what veganism is. I mean, the arrogance is astounding. So look, I think in the next year, if this threat of coup comes into fruition, we're going to have to resist it. We're going to have to defend our movement, people, from within, sadly. It's bad news. Okay, that's my rant over.